What's up, my friends? Happy Friday to you. Truly a happy Friday, but every day got to be a happy day. You determine that. But happy Friday to you. Hopefully you're in a good mental place, because it all starts in the mind, right? The game is played on the outside, but the game is won on the inside, in your mind. So hopefully you're in a good mental place. Hopefully you're prepared to win today. So you got to be willing to go first in this life. You got to prepare mentally, have your intention set on what you want, right? So hopefully you're prepared mentally to win today before you go out into the day. You got to have a level. You have to have some kind of foundation that you work towards before you can present yourself to the world. So in other words, you got to have an expectation of yourself in this life every day. You have to have an expectation, and you have to set your intention mentally so that you can reach that expectation every day. So when you get up, whatever's on you, whatever energy is on you. Sometimes I wake up, I got negative energy on me. So what I gotta do, I gotta get rid of that negative energy. I gotta get my mind right, and I gotta set my intention to be my best self. It's all up to you. So here's the thing: you gotta be prepared to go first in this life, like in everything, the big things, but more importantly, the little things. You gotta be prepared to go first. Just like I just said, in life, you wake up in the morning, you got to be prepared to go first to become your best self. And then the universe will match your efforts. What about school? Look at school. You got to first go through the grades of school, get uncomfortable before you get your diploma at the end. That makes you comfortable. You always got to be willing to go first. If you want to get your physical body to the level you want to get it to, if you want to improve upon your physical body, you got to be willing to put that work in. You got to be willing to go to the gym and exhaust yourself and challenge yourself physically. And you do that for a while, and eventually you get comfortable with the results. You get the results in. You start looking better. You start feeling better, but none of that wouldn't have happened by luck. You had to have intention on improving your body, and you had to go and do the work to do it, because faith without works is dead. But this is with everything in life. If you want a relationship with somebody, you got to be willing to get to know them. You got to be willing to not make it all about you. You got to be willing to be open to embrace that person and see them for who they really are, regardless of who that is. And it's uncomfortable. But then, once you get to know, it's comfortable. All because you were willing to go first. So my question to you today is, what aren't you willing to go first and to correct? And odds are, that's where your biggest stressors are. This thing goes hand in hand. You have to be willing to go first in everything in your life. And odds are, whatever in your life that you're unwilling to go first with, odds are that's where your biggest stressors are. Odds are those areas that you're not willing to go first in, whether it's to forgive the person that you think harmed you or that harmed you, or to accept something else in your life, you got to go first to get that stress off of you. Meaning that going first may mean you have to forgive somebody that you don't think deserve to be forgiven. But remember, forgiveness is not for them. It's for you. To release you out of mental bondage, right? You got to go first. You have to be willing to go first. And don't think that just because you're afraid, you're not ready to go first. No, you can be afraid. It's all right to be afraid. If you don't have any feeling toward a situation or any thought or any expectation to do well, then you need to start worrying. But having some fear, it's not a bad thing. Having some fear can be healthy. You just got to have more faith than fear. You got to have a willingness to still do it, regardless if you're afraid. Right? And you got to have a way to channel that fear to make it work for you. Right? So you have to have a way to use that fear to benefit you. And that fear will never benefit you if it's leading the pack. If it's the majority of your emotion, then you more than likely you're going to lose, because that fear is not going to lead you the right way. The fear is not going to allow you to be as dynamic as you need to be. But regardless of what you're facing, as long as you're willing to go first, you're going to win, my friend. So today, go first and being the bigger person. Go first and walking away from negativity if it doesn't serve your best interest. Be first in apologizing in a situation, even if it's not all the way your fault. But if you know an apology will satisfy the situation and make everybody feel better, why not do it? Right? Remember, this life includes you, but it's not about you. It's about all the many people that you can bless and inspire and uplift. Because our primary job in this life is to positively impact each and every environment we go into. And every person that we encounter, we should leave them feeling better, in a better place after they encountered us than they were in before they encountered us. You gotta be a beacon of hope. I like to be a conductor of love. I like to take everything that the world gives me and redistribute it back into the world in love. Whatever you choose to be or do, be willing to go first to create it. It will happen. You just got to go first and hold on to your why. Start practicing. Do it for the rest of the day. You deserve it. Today is your day, my friend. Believe that. And go out and soar, my friend. Go out and be your best self. You deserve that, but more importantly, we deserve that from you. Be great and be willing to go first. Take care.